Hello everybody, my name is Jim Britson. I'm an intern at Coral Restoration Foundation, and today we're going to make some coral slime. So this is something you guys can do at your household during quarantine. It's very fun to make, very fun to play with, and it's pretty easy to make actually, just with some basic household products. So I'm going to show you guys one method that you can use to make it. There's many other. I'm also going to show two other methods on the screen right now. If you want to pause, you can grab those ingredients. So after you have those ingredients, I'm going to do method one. So in method one, you're just going to need a cup, a stirring rod, some water, glue, and liquid starch. So in my cup here, and my stirring rod, I got a base layer of water. However much water you have is however much glue you're going to want to use. So I got a little base layer. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you use a cup of water, you're going to need a cup of glue. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the little bit of water that I have in there. And at this point, you guys can decide if you want to get fancy with it and make it color. So I like green. It's my favorite color. Make green slime here, you guys can see. I'm going to add 1 drop of green food coloring. And then you want to keep stirring, and you'll eventually get a nice mixture of glue, water, and food coloring. But did you guys know that corals have been around for 500 million years? They're so old. Dinosaurs went extinct 65 to 75 million years ago. They're like 7 times older than dinosaurs. That's crazy. These corals are actually one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. So it's really hard for us to put it into perspective how much they do for us humans and many other species on Earth. So they're much older than these guys. So I have the coral mixture pre-slime, and now I'm in the final stage of making the final product of slime. And to do that, I'm going to add liquid starch. So when you get to this point, and you have a nice little fluid mixture there, you're going to want to add little by little some starch. So I'm just going to add some and keep stirring, add some more and keep stirring. And I want to talk to you guys today why corals make this slime. So during low tide, some shallow water coral species can actually be exposed out of the water. So their arms and branches are out of the water. They could dry out. The sun's just baking them, cooking them. So they need to create this slime right here to coat themselves to prevent them from drying out. It gives them a little moisture barrier, basically. They also create this slime as basically it's if they're stressed out, you know, if you get any bacteria on you or pollutants or something, and you don't want that, you're going to create slime and push that out. Get out of me. I don't like that. So they create this slime to get rid of any toxins or stressors. And they'll also, if they're on the ocean floor and there's any sedimentation or sand washing up on them, they'll create this slime to get rid of that sand push it away from them. But one of the coolest ways they use this slime is they use it to feed. So they're basically at night when corals are grabbing food with their tentacles, these nematocysts, they're grabbing these little food particles throughout the water and the ocean. They use this slime to go across, to move those particles into their mouth. So it just slowly moves it along their bodies on the polyps into their individual mouths. So it's really cool they use it. And they also eat dinosaurs. No, they don't. I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me on that. But they use it to feed, to expel toxins, and to also prevent them from drying out. There's so many ways they use it. But as you guys can see, it's starting to get more thicker. Starting to get thicker and thicker. And I'm going to keep adding starch to it. Keep stirring. And as you guys can see, we're starting to get that slime. So this is something fun you guys can do. If you want to learn more about coral reefs and their conservation and restoration, please visit coralrestoration.org. You can learn so much about coral reefs and what we're doing on the Florida Keys and worldwide. My name is Jim Britson, and I'm with Coral Restoration Foundation, and let's have some fun.